Father, I'm not quite sure whether or not we'll hear in the homily what his verdict is regarding the supernatural character of these apparitions.
We expect to, and this is a historic moment. So
it is
stay tuned.
Indeed a great honor to be here this morning and to be able to make a special proclamation, a proclamation that in one way could be considered to be evolving for many, many years. This apparition site having been begun in 151 years ago, and today receiving full approbation of the Church.
That was a historic comment by Bishop David Ricken that these apparitions have received the full approval of the Church, and the people are wildly enthusiastic because they're confirming with their applause what they knew in their heart, they knew in their soul, they knew in their mind. The applause is for the mercy of the Blessed Mother and the favors received.
I would like to share with you now the official decree which lists the reasons for this decision, and also to now officially proclaim it here before all of you gathered here this morning who have had so much connection through your ancestors and yourselves to this beautiful shrine, and to those who are listening by radio and watching by television, that you too may be connected in a special way to this important event. Most Reverend David Lauren Ricken, by the grace of God and the authority of the Apostolic See, Bishop of Green Bay, decrees on the authority of the apparitions of 1859 at the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help, Diocese of Green Bay. Given that for over 151 years, a continuous flow of the faithful has come to Champion, Wisconsin, to pray, to seek solace and comfort in times of trouble, and to petition our Lord Jesus Christ through the powerful intercession to Our Lady of Good Help. Given that incessant prayer has gone up in this place based upon the word of a young Belgian immigrant woman, Adele Bryce, who in October 1859 said that the Blessed Mother, a lady clothed in dazzling white, had appeared to her on this site. The lady was elevated slightly in a bright light and gave words of solace and comfort and a bold and challenging mission for the young immigrant woman. The lady gave her a twofold mission of prayer for the conversion of sinners and catechesis. Quote, "I am the Queen of Heaven who prays for the conversion of sinners, and I wish you to do the same," she said to Adele. You received Holy Communion this morning, and that is well, but you must do more. Make a general confession and offer communion for the conversion of sinners. Gather the children in this wild country and teach them what they should know for salvation. Teach them their catechism, how to sign themselves with the sign of the cross, and how to approach the sacraments. That is what I wish you to do. Go and fear nothing. I will help you. End quote. Adele Bryce began immediately to fulfill the mandate and mission entrusted to her by the lady, and oftentimes at great personal sacrifice went to the homes of the children to instruct them in the largely unsettled and forested area in Wisconsin. Adele was ever obedient to the authorities of the Church and steadfast in the mission entrusted to her by Our Lady, no matter what difficulty she encountered. The mission given her became such a commitment that she set up a Catholic school of instruction for children here and even began a community of third-order Franciscan women who assisted her in her obedience to the mandate of Our Lady to pray for the conversion of sinners and to instruct the children. A long tradition of oral and some documented sources recounting answered prayers at the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help include conversions and many physical healings attributed to the Blessed Mother's intercession. Many physical healings are memorialized by the multitude of crutches and other mementos of thanksgiving for answered prayers left at the shrine. Prayers for physical healing are answered even to this day through the intercession of Our Lady of Good Help. Though none of these favors have been officially declared a miracle by the Church, they are clear evidence of spiritual fruitfulness and the history of devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary at the shrine. Graces have been poured out through the sacraments celebrated in this place, especially through the celebration of the Mass and the Sacrament of Reconciliation, as well as through the recitation of public devotions and private prayers. Our Lady has lessened or relieved the burdens of the people of God, whether about financial, familial, relationship, or employment matters, or even through diminishing inclement and tempestuous weather. This holy place was preserved from the infamous Peshtigo fire of 1871, when many of the faithful gathered here with Adele and prayed through the intercession of Our Lady of Good Help, with the result that the fire that devastated everything in its wake in this entire area stopped when it reached the parameters of this shrine. There is a clear testimony to the upright character of Adele Bryce. Her devotion to Jesus Christ and the Blessed Virgin Mary, and her unwavering commitment to the mission Mary entrusted to her. Moreover, the uninterrupted history of faith and devotion testifies to the spiritual fruits bestowed upon the pilgrims to this shrine. Given all of the above, I asked 3 Marian experts to study the history of this alleged apparition and all of the extant documents, letters, and written testimonies in order to determine whether or not there are inherent contradictions or objections to the veracity of the testimony given by Adele Bryce with regard to the events of 1859, and to establish whether or not there is enough evidence to suggest that the events which happened to Adele Bryce may be of a supernatural origin. The accounts of the apparitions and locutions are judged to be free from doctrinal error and consistent with the Catholic faith. There is nothing in the person and character of Adele Bryce that would make us question the veracity of the substance of her account. In fact, her personal character is a major factor in favor of the recognition of the apparition. Objections concerning whether there was enough evidence to support a judgment in favor of the supernatural character of the events were thoroughly investigated and answered by the experts. The documents from the early history of the shrine are not abundant, due primarily to the fact that Green Bay at the time of the apparition was frontier country. One of the experts affirmed that any lack of information does not invalidate, quote, the overall impression of coherence between the event and the consequences, the personality of the seer and commitment to the mission received, the comparability between this event and similar recognized apparitions, and challenges of the historical contexts and responses given. Given that these simple apparitions and locutions given to Adele Bryce became such a compelling theological and religious mission for her, the effects of these endeavors by her and many others have lasted these many years with such major spiritual benefit to so many people. Many of the local clergy and clergy from other dioceses and religious institutes have come here on pilgrimage with their people, also with spiritual benefit. All of my esteemed predecessor bishops of the Diocese of Green Bay for the past 151 years have been present for special masses in honor of Our Lady of Good Help, and some of them have even actively promoted the shrine. Therefore, it remains to me now, the 12th Bishop of the Diocese of Green Bay, and the lowliest of the servants of Mary and Jesus, to declare with moral certainty and in accord with the norms of the Church that the events, apparitions, and locutions given to Adele Bryce in October of 1859 do exhibit the substance of supernatural character, and I do hereby approve these apparitions as worthy of belief, although not obligatory, by the Christian faithful. I encourage the faithful to frequent this holy place as a place of solace and answered prayer. This document, given at the shrine of Our Lady of Good Help, Champion, Wisconsin, the 8th day of December in the year of our Lord 2010, the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary. David L. Ricken, 12th Bishop of the Diocese of Green Bay. John F. Durfler, Chancellor. Let's thank the Blessed Mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a historic moment in our country. The first approved apparition for the United States of America. History has been made.
Absolutely.